Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Tipsy Talker. As always, I'm your awesome, half-drunk host, Mr. Tipsy. All right, before I start out today's episode, I would like to give a special shout-out. That's right, shout-out today to the Prague Sot Podcast. Not only for having me on as a guest, but inspiring me to want to do something like this. So, once again, shout out to you guys. I will keep it real with you. I'm still waiting to hear some new material. Just so you know, because it's been a while. You're slacking. Just letting you know. And maybe possibly having a couple more Twisted Teas. All right. So yeah, shout out to you guys. Hopefully you come out with some new material. It's been a little bit. Keep doing what you're doing. All right. So let's get into this. All right. So today, everyone, I have a special guest with me. That's right. I have Mrs. Tipsy in here today with me. Say hi, Mrs. Tipsy.
Hello, everybody.
Yep. So, she kind of looks over my stuff and she lets me know if it's good or if it sucks ass.
Which I would never really tell you if it sucked ass.
Well, you tell me it's not that great, which I appreciate, hey, I heard it, I listened to it, it wasn't the greatest. Or I heard it, I listened to it, wow, that was pretty good. So I definitely appreciate any feedback that I can get, obviously. So I asked her, I was like, hey, how would you like to come on an episode of the Tipsy Talker and talk about something? She was like, sure, I'll come on. I'm like, all right, well, so if you come on, what would you like to talk about? And she said, well, I don't know. I'm pretty comfortable talking about family. I'm comfortable talking about traveling, stuff like that. I'm like, all right, that's what we'll do. Family and travel. We'll talk about family. We'll talk about travel. So that's what we're going to talk about. So that is going to be our topic of conversation today, family and travel. So we'll start out. We'll start out with the family. Now, everybody that has listened to any one of my podcasts knows that I am humongous on family. Love it. Can't get enough of it. It's all that I'm about. But we have not heard Mrs. Tipsy's side of family. So we'll ask her some questions and we'll get some kind of some feedback and see what she thinks about family, or see how she feels about family, or what she thinks, and then we'll kind of go from there, and then we'll mosey our way into the old traveling aspect. Excuse me. Of the travel. I said, so I briefly touched on travel, but I never really talked about all the traveling that we did. We have done a lot. We have seen a lot. We have gone a lot of places. So this one should be pretty interesting. You'll be able to get to hear some of our travels. All right. So, Mrs. Tipsy, let's talk about family. You want to talk about family? Let's talk about family. Everybody on here pretty much knows how I feel about family. I love it. It's what keeps me alive. It keeps me going. It's what I think about. Let's get your perspective on family. What do you think?
I probably think the same way about family as you do.
All right.
It is very important to me.
Mm-hmm.
Probably the most important thing to me.
Right.
I started young. I was a young mom, and I always knew that I wanted to have a family and have lots of children, but I mean, I probably could have waited a year or two, but I'm a very firm believer of everything happens for a reason, and
Right.
if it's meant to be, it'll be.
Yep.
And
I'm with you on that one.
so I started young.
Yeah. Any regrets?
None.
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 So, starting young. Now that you're older, is there any benefits to have had children at a younger age versus waiting to your 30s, 40s to have kids? Any benefits?
I would say yes.
Okay.
For me, I knew that I wanted to have my family at a relatively younger age.
Okay.
I wanted to make sure that I was around longer to see
Yep.
all the good positive things that, my children would do.
Yep.
And let me tell you, they are rocking it. But I also wanted to be able to keep up with them. Like I want to be able to take them to the park and teach them how to ride a bike. And
Now I'll teach them how to drive cars.
wait, now I'm teaching them how to drive cars,
Yep.
which is fine. That's fine. But I definitely am glad that I got to do my younger years as a mom.
Right. I get that. And there are a lot of people that feel the same. There are a lot of people out there that started early. However, they were young. They had kids young. Some of them regret it. Some of them were like, oh man, I couldn't do this, that, and the other thing. Some of them do not regret it, and the ones that do not regret it are the ones who are like, you know what, I'm so glad I started young, now I'm in, my early 40s. I still have plenty of time to go, and my kids are all adults now, and I get to see all the progress that they have done through life. And I definitely agree with that. I do. So, as a young parent, I get it. For some people, I get the fact that I'm young. Oh man, what did I do? I didn't plan on having kids this young, but as life goes on, they're involved in, school activities. They're involved in sports. They're involved in this, that, and the other thing. And I know that they have to, at some point in their life, sit back and be like, wow, you know what? I'm glad I started young because I get to see all of this. I'm not 65 years old trying to take my kid to soccer practice.
Right.
So.
Or coach it.
Right. Right.
How many sports did I coach?
Right. So you have. Now, let me go back a minute. So, Mr. Tipsy has a blended family. Obviously, Mrs. Tipsy has the other half of that blended family. So let's talk about the blended. They are blending.
Yes.
Let's talk about us blending our families. So we met. You had
two.
You had two kids. I had two kids.
You had two older kids.
I
had
did.
two younger kids.
Right. So, your firstborn was Clever. Now, I'm going to throw this out here for you. Y'all motherfuckers ain't going to know anybody's names. I have nicknames for all of my children. So, her oldest is Clever. I call him Clever because it's simple. When he was younger, he thought he was clever. He thought he'd get some things over on me. Could not. He is clever. Her second oldest was, young. I mean, he was, what, a year old when we met.
He had just turned 1.
Just turned 1, still in diapers. And he is the Bird. You
The
will only
Bird.
ever know him as the Bird. The Bird is a fucking clumsy ox. And let me tell you, he works in a place that maybe he shouldn't be so damn clumsy. I mean, he's in there with some nasty equipment. And he is the most clumsiest kid you have. Let's face it.
It's possible.
Yeah, very possible. Yeah, so that is a horrible, horrible thing. But yeah, so Bird is your second oldest. And then we have my oldest, which is Nobby. I call him Nobby. That's short for Bobby Nobby the Balloon Boy. Anybody that knows the Jerky Boys knows what I'm talking about. If you don't know what the Jerky Boys are, Google it. It's a bunch of guys. It's actually 2 guys who make up fake voices, and they do prank phone calls. One of them is Bobby Nobby the Balloon Boy. So that is my first oldest. I call him Nobby. My second oldest is my daughter. I call her Hoochie Mama. Not because she's a hoochie mama, just because I don't even know how the hell she got that name.
You gave it to her.
I just call her like little. So it started out with little hooch, and then later on it just became Hoochie Mama, and then now that's what it is. She's not a hooch, but that's her name, and that's what I call her. So that's all you're ever going to know. It's either going to be little hooch or Hoochie Mama. So that's my daughter. Yeah. So when we met, we had Clever, we had Bird, we had Nobby, we had Hoochie Mamas. So you said that you were worried about how they would coexist.
Yeah, because there was such an age difference. So, I mean, Nobby was pretty old.
He was definitely the oldest.
I think he was like getting ready to start middle school
Yeah.
when we met. And I think Hooch was in what, 5th grade?
Sounds about right.
Because I believe I attended his.
Grade school graduation.
Yeah,
Okay.
but not hers. You went to hers.
Got a Lafayette.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Whatever city school.
All right, go ahead, keep going.
And my kids obviously were 3 and 1. So there was a big age gap there, and I know that the relationship that you were in before me, her kids were pretty much the same ages as your kids.
Yeah.
So I was worried that, because my kids were so little and so young, that there would be some problems.
Right. And we didn't know.
But yeah.
We didn't know. There was a little bit of time before we introduced. Well, me and you were together for a little while before we introduced the kids. And Nobby was, kind of like the overseer. He was the older one. He was kind of like the overseer. If little Hooch needed some help or whatever, he would kind of like direct her and this is what you need to do, this is what you don't need to do. But he would be the one kind of like hanging back. I remember talking with you about future plans. Like, what did you want? What did you want to do? Like, what did you want out of life? And you told me, and they just happened to be pretty much everything that I wanted. So I've already talked about fathers.
Mm-hmm.
I know that when I came into the picture with you, I know that there was one kind of like dangling off the side. There was one that was,
MIA.
yeah, definitely MIA.
Still MIA.
Pretty much still yes, MIA. So I know that we had talked about that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I asked about all that. But you know, like I said on one of my other podcasts, you know, there are fathers out there that try to do a good thing. You know, there are fathers out there that are responsible and, you know, they pay their dues and they are show up for their kids. And then there are fathers like you have, who one of them pays their dues, never showed up. The other one didn't show up and didn't pay dues.
No.
No. Which didn't matter. Honestly, it didn't matter to me because once we met, you are a package deal. So it wasn't about, well, what are they giving? What are they bringing to the table? It didn't matter. It was me and you. Let's make our family.
Right.
So that's what it was about. So there were times like, so when we met, you were at your mom's. I was living with an ex. The ex was like, hey, you have to go, you have to go, you have to go. I didn't have nowhere to go. I couldn't stay with you because your parents were like, no way. No. So that's when an old co-worker of mine who happened to live next door to where we're at now, he called me up and he was like, hey, like, are you guys still looking for a place? I'm like, yes, we're still looking for a place. And he was like, okay, great. Like, look, our landlord is looking for someone to rent a place. The people over here were horrible. Why don't you talk to him? So we talked, and turns out we got the place. Now, before that, I lived at my ex's house. You lived at your mom's house. So there were a lot of times when we're like, we need to be on our own.
Yeah. We need to spend some together time, and
Right.
you know,
So
we need to do some things with the kids. And it just so happened that my mother had gone yard sailing and found a tent.
Yep. I definitely remember that tent, by the way. I remember everything that looks like. It was a good tent. It was a good one.
Yeah, it was a good
I
tent.
liked it.
She brought it back and was like, you know what? I think the boys would love this. I think they would have so much fun. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? I've been camping. I think we can do this. Like,
Yeah.
I'm a boy mom. I got this. Tried to get you involved.
Yep.
And you were like,
I was like, no way.
thanks, but no thanks.
Yeah, because I did not. Okay, so I hate snakes. So when you say camping, I'm like, oh man, camping? Yeah, that means snakes. No, thank you. So,
But we never saw any snakes.
well, you did. You saw them. I did not.
You didn't.
I didn't. No,
That's
I
all
didn't.
that matters.
But you know, like you brought the idea of camping. You were like, hey, so me and the boys, we want to go camping. We're going to go camping this weekend. This is where we're going to be. And I don't know if anybody is familiar with Pennsylvania, but it was Pinchot Park. Gifford Pinchot. If it rings a bell, give a thumbs up. Do what you got to do. But Gifford Pinchot.
That was like our go-to spot.
That was our go-to spot. Every week.
About 3 weekends a month.
All right. Yeah.
Oh, it was definitely more often than not.
Right. I mean, and in all fairness, we were looking for a place to get away. We were. And we kind of thought that, hey, camping, let's go camping. Let's get out. Let's spend some time together, family time. We'll go camping. I was opposed. However, once we got there, and I saw how much fun the kids had, changed my whole outlook on it. I was still scared. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know what I mean? I was still like, oh my God, if a snake crawls in here, what the hell am I gonna do? But the kids would go play. They would go play. I called it flashlight tag. They called it
manhunt, I believe.
Manhunt, whatever. There was a rock pile right across from our site. They would go over there. They would play. They'd find friends. They would play for hours. Hours. They were over there for like 4 hours. And they just had so much fun. Like they would come back and be like, oh man, we did this, we did that. Oh, it was so great, it was so great. Now, yes, when they came back, they were filthy. They were dirt covered.
Yeah.
From head to toe.
Yep. So dirty.
So dirty.
That it took days to get the dirt off of them. But,
yeah.
Like dirt don't hurt.
No.
And
no, it doesn't.
Keeps you healthy, in my opinion. Like, the kids really were always out, always in the elements, always filthy and, enjoying life to its fullest.
Yep.
And they really weren't, sickly.
Nope. Never. Hardly ever.
Yeah. I mean,
honestly.
Obviously, the normal run-of-the-mill, colds and whatever, but...
Well, yeah. Obviously. But, yeah, they weren't sick or had strange diseases or any of that crap.
No. Yeah.
So, we would go there, we would hang out, and it was so great. And when we first started out, we were first starting out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think we did we used the charcoal stoves that were at the campsite.
We?
I think so. And we never...
That sucks.
We never did big breakfasts.
No.
Grab a couple boxes of Pop-Tarts and have a Pop-Tart.
Yep.
Have a peanut butter and jelly
sandwich. That's what it was. Pop-Tarts and peanut butter and jelly. And I tell you, by the time we were done camping, we had eggs and bacon and biscuits and gravy and sausage, and over the campfire, over the grill, it didn't matter. We got our shit together. We had so much. We became campers.
Yeah.
One of the times that I remember the most. I mean, I definitely remember all that. I remember them going over there and playing, and I just kind of remember smiling at you and being like, wow, this is great. It's great. But then, the time that I remember the most, the time that made me smile, is when we would get there. As soon as we would get there, Nobby, Clever, Bird, they would all get out. Okay, we're gonna go and collect firewood. Don't you worry about anything. We got you. We got you.
Where's the hatchet, Dad?
Yep. Give me the hatchet. Give me the machete. I got you. Now, oh my fucking God. So Nobby would always supervise, and he would take them out, and they would always come back, and they'd bring sticks and twigs and logs.
Leaves.
Now, I don't know who brought the leaves, but let me tell you. The smell of burning leaves, that smell.
Yeah.
Just takes me back right then there. And that's what, anybody that knows a tipsy talker knows that I love having a fire out back. And, the biggest reason that I love the fire is the smell. The smell instantly takes me back to that time in our lives where, you know, they're throwing sticks on there, they're throwing leaves on there, they're trying to get that fire going. And they did a good job. I ain't gonna lie. Like they got it roaring. So that makes me happy. And you know, like when I sit out back and I have the fire, man, as soon as I smell that, man, it takes me right back. Yeah. So blended families.
Yep.
So you had two of the boys. I had one on the way. His name is Schmer. So we got Clever, we got Bird, we got Schmer. And then Schmuds came along. Now Schmuds came along right before we moved in here. Schmuds, yeah, he came along. We were still not living together.
Yeah, he was about 4 months old when we moved in here.
Yep. I was working at a place called Superdog, and Mrs. Tipsy came in. She's like, gotta talk to you. I'm like, all right, what do you gotta talk to me about? She's like, well, okay, so here it is, I'm pregnant. I'm like, yeah, okay, that's great. She's like, what the hell? Still shocks me at that.
Yeah.
Like, I still don't understand why you were so in misbelief that I was going to be happy to be a dad.
Well, you know, the first one, you know, like I said, I was young. He was a year older than I was. And his mom put so much blame on me for getting pregnant. How dare I get pregnant and ruin his future? You know, he is supposed to go to college and he's supposed to do all these things, and I ruined it. And
so you took that personal.
She wanted me to have an abortion, so I did take it very personally. Yes.
All right.
And then the Bird, you know, like his dad tried to tell me all these great things, like, oh, I want to be with you, and oh my gosh, like I've never been with anybody like you, and you are so amazing, and you're everything that I've ever wanted.
All right.
And I can't, you know, like I can't wait to, you know, have a family with you, and really laying it on thick.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's really good news.
Telling me everything I wanted to hear.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, now after I did get pregnant, I was pregnant by him twice.
All right.
In between Clever and the Bird, I was pregnant with a little girl.
Name?
Her name was Chloe.
All right.
And I was about 5.5 months pregnant. She developed some heart troubles, and she passed away, and I had to go through this whole big procedure, and they had to take her from me, and it was just
a horrible situation.
It was really terrible. And you know, I did think that I did something wrong, but right after that I got pregnant again with the bird,
the clumsy ox of the family.
Yeah.
All right.
And when I found out that I was pregnant with the bird, I was not with his dad any longer.
Okay, that's a good thing.
In between Chloe and the bird, I found out that his dad was definitely a very unfaithful person.
All right.
So I decided that wasn't good for me, and that wasn't where I wanted to be. And
right. Good.
So I was no longer with him, but
good.
Then I found out that I was pregnant.
All right.
So
you know he's unfaithful.
Yeah.
You know he's a piece of shit. Mm-hmm. Now you find out you're pregnant. Mm-hmm. So is your first thought or first instinct to, well, maybe I should try to make it work for Bird's sake?
I never wanted to make it work for Bird's sake.
Very good.
Did I want to give him the opportunity to be a dad? Yes.
All right.
Did I want to do it together as a couple? No.
Good.
No.
Very good.
So, I tell him, hey, listen, I'm pregnant. This is it. And he's excited, kind of,
All right.
but not excited because I didn't want to be with him.
Oh, so he thought maybe, oh, well, now you're pregnant.
Right.
Yay, me and her get to be together for a while.
Yeah.
And then you were like, yeah, that's not going to happen.
Not
He was like,
happening.
oh, well, this is bullshit.
Right.
Okay. He was excited for the fact of knowing that possibly there might be a chance for you to be together.
Right.
When he found out there was no chance for you to be together,
Right.
it was, well, pretty much screw both of you. Mm-hmm. All right.
It was, well, I'm not ready to be a dad.
Wow.
I'm only 26 and I want to enjoy my life and live my life and be single and free.
Well, that's very selfish of him. All right, so he tells you that. Mm-hmm. And what do you say? What do you think? Like, what's the first thing on your mind? Like, what do you think?
You couldn't have told me that months ago?
Okay.
Like, you couldn't have told me that a while ago?
Right, because I'm guessing that up until then he was like, yeah, I'm a family man. That's all I want is a family. Mm-hmm. You're the one I want to have a family with.
Right.
So you're like, all right, well, whatever happens, happens.
Yeah.
And now it's, no, I'm too young. I want to live the bar life.
Right.
All right.
More like the strip club life,
Well, strip club, bars, it's all the same.
I guess. But so, yeah, like, I go into labor with Bird.
Have a little flying bird. And now we met almost a year later. Mm-hmm. What happened with him, the father, in that year? Anything?
No.
Nothing.
I mean,
So he tried to get you back to get you back,
yes.
but it wasn't really like,
It was never for Bird.
right.
It was always for me.
Okay. Well, I can tell you, like, when we got together, so obviously everybody knows that Nobby's not mine. Nobby was 8.5 months old when I met his mother. Nobby chose to stay with me, which made me very, very happy. So when I looked at Bird, I kind of thought the same thing. When, like, I saw, like, when we met, I saw him as being young. I'm like, oh, well, I'll take him under my wing. Like, if his dad doesn't want anything to do with him, no big deal. I got you on that. Now, Clever was slightly older. And Clever had type 1 diabetes. So Clever required insulin. And I could tell you, that scared the shit out of me. I didn't know. I didn't know what to say or what to do or how to act. But I do remember you telling me, like, look, like, anybody that wants to be with me needs to understand that this is him. And you need to know how to take care of him.
Yeah.
And man, I was, I ain't gonna lie to you. That was something. That was something. Because I knew that I had some young person's life in my hands. If you weren't there, and I'm fresh at this, because I never had to do this before, it worried me.
Yeah.
It did. And like I said, like, we were at the park one day. So you go to work, and I'm like, you know what? Let me take the kids to the park. Let me take the kids to the park. So we go to the park, and like I remember everything about it. I don't know where I was. I still to this day don't know where I was, but I remember everything about the park. And Clever comes over. He's like, "I'm not really feeling good." So I'm like, "All right, well, let me check your blood." So I give him a prick, and I look, and it's low, very low. And I'm like, "Oh shit, what the fuck?" So I call your ass because you were at work, and I'm like, "What do I do?" And you're like, "All right, so here it is. This is what it is. This is what you need to give him as far as insulin's concerned." I'm like, "All right," I do it, and lo and behold, he's perfectly fine. I never thought as a dad that I would have to worry about anything like that. It was scary, but you were like, "Hey, I just want to let you know you did a good job. Thank you." Even his father doesn't even want to learn this stuff. And I was like, "Okay." So after a while of being with him every day, it became easy.
Yeah.
Like, okay, here's where he's at. This is what he needs. Boom, we'll give him a shot. So it became very simple. Didn't like it. You know, you don't like giving little kids a shot.
Right.
You don't like that. But it became easier for me as a parent to be like, "I got you, homie."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was that was definitely, that day was definitely like,
A turning point
yeah, because I like,
with me, or
yeah.
Okay.
because like, here's this kid that me and this guy had, and the kid is in the hospital. We need to learn how to do all of these things in order for him to live and thrive and survive.
Right.
And this guy can't even be bothered
The
to show
biological
up.
father.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, can't even be bothered to show up to learn how to give the insulin, do the needle, do the dosaging. Like, couldn't even be bothered. Are you kidding me?
I mean, it is very worrisome. It is. You know, like coming into a blended family that has an issue like that, very worrisome, because I expected to be by myself with him multiple times. So I needed to make sure that I knew what I had to know to make sure nothing happened.
Right.
It was worrisome, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Like, as a parent, you figure it out, learn it, do it, and be done with it.
Right.
So that was one thing. That was interesting. But so then then we had Schmears. Schmears is from an ex. Schmears came into the picture, so he kind of like was in there tagging along. And then we had me and you had Schmuds.
Yep.
So we had two kids together, Schmuds and Sis. On the other hand, was a surprise for me. Yeah. Not for you, because you weren't taking your birth control pills. So you knew what you were trying to do. However, you didn't share that information with me. Oh, you forgot. Yeah, you forgot. So when you told me about, I mean, we already had 6 kids.
Well, and let's be honest though, when came into the picture, when I found out I was pregnant with her,
Yeah.
we were in a bit of a pickle,
What
if you don't remember.
I don't.
So, the pickle was
Explain the pickle to me. Yeah.
Schmer's mom had become I don't want to say homeless, but we had invited Schmer's mom and Schmer and his other siblings to the house for New Year's dinner because we didn't get to see him for Christmas and we had gifts for them. So we invited them to the house for New Year's dinner, got gifts for the siblings, and they came down, they hung out, they ate, had a great time. And then when Schmer's mom packed up and left, she got home and realized that the place that she had been staying, they had packed up all of her belongings and put them on the porch.
Oh, yeah.
And she called like 2:00 in the morning and was like, I don't know what to do. So I was like, well, come back to the house, load up what you can, come back to the house. You guys can stay here for the night. We'll figure it out in the morning.
Right.
Okay. So we temporarily had
Yes.
Schmer and his little brother
Yep.
and his mother,
Yep.
your ex,
Yes.
living in our home with us
Yes.
and 5 children.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
So, when I found out, like I had not been feeling good and I just couldn't figure it out. And
Yeah. That was shocker.
well, finding that not only did I find out I was pregnant with, but when I found out that I was pregnant with Sis, I was already so far along that they could tell me what she was.
Okay. And hearing that she was a girl,
Oh, that was
it.
what I needed.
Yep.
You know, don't get me wrong. I love your daughter. I do. I love Hooch, and I love her to pieces, and I love her like my own.
Yep.
But she's not my own.
Right.
You know, so and Sis definitely, you know, helped me. I was worried when I was pregnant with Sis. They had said she had some issues with her heart as well. So I did all these special ultrasounds with her and went to all these extra appointments with her. But luckily, whatever her issues were, they fixed themselves before she was born.
Except for her attitude.
She doesn't have an attitude.
That's funny.
But I needed her.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely get that. You know, and here's the deal. So everybody that has listened to any of my episodes know that my mom didn't want me because I was a boy. I think that there is something with female parents that want that girl in their life. I think that there are some people, aka my biological mother, who is horrible and refused to care for me whatsoever as a newborn because she didn't want me because I was a boy. She wanted a girl. However, I do think that female parents, they want to have a daughter in their life. They want that for some reason. I don't know what it. Do you know what it is? I like.
I mean, I really don't, because don't get me wrong. If we would have had another boy, I would have been. It would have been perfectly fine.
But you would have felt. I feel that you would have felt personally that you were missing something in life.
Probably.
Yeah.
So I had a very good home life when I was younger.
All right.
You know, I had a really good mom. I had a really good father figure. He adopted me when I was 10. Never missed a game. He was always in the stands, always there, always cheering me on. Never missed any of my big moments. Never missed any of my little moments.
Okay.
And my mom worked a lot more than he did.
Yeah. Still does.
She still does.
She still does.
And I mean, even though he wasn't my biological dad, he's my dad.
Right.
And I have such a close relationship with him. I had such a close relationship with him. And it's really funny because when him and my mom got together, I was not a fan.
Okay.
Because it was me and my mom. And he was coming in to our little happy house.
Right.
With his kids and his way of things. And I was not feeling it because I was not the one and only anymore. Mm-hmm. And I had to share my spotlight, and I didn't like that.
Right. I think a lot of kids do feel that way.
Maybe.
I'm sure that's where Clever came from. Like he wasn't a big fan of me. But then again, like I had said to you, like time and time again, it was you, Clever, Bird. Mm-hmm. And then I came in with Nobby and Hooch and disrupted everything. So it was a completely separate thing.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, the more that time went on, the more I was like, all right, so I'm such a daddy's girl. And, like, I don't want to say that my mom wasn't there for me.
Right.
Because my mom was busting her ass working.
Right.
To provide for
financially,
right,
she was there
for our
you.
family.
She just couldn't get to you.
Right. Well,
right.
My mom is definitely a night owl, so she is like a third shifter. Only works third shift. That's the shift she chooses. That's
Speaking
what she does.
I'm probably going to have to text her for some ham salad soon.
So they developed this really great relationship with my dad.
Right.
And
because he was always there.
Right.
He was the
there.
one.
Right.
Right.
But I always longed for this mother-daughter relationship.
All right. Fair enough.
And it's so funny because the mother-daughter relationship that I wanted so badly, I had to wait for me to be the mom. Mm-hmm. So I have the mother-daughter relationship that I wanted, but I have it now.
With your own daughter.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
So
So you took what you lacked from your mom and made sure that the way that she felt wasn't going to be the way that you felt. Mm-hmm. Because even though you had your dad and he was there all the time and he was there for you, and no matter what, there was always somebody there for you.
Right.
Your mother wasn't there for you. So you are making sure as a mother that you were there for sis, no matter what.
Right.
Which I get, and me and Schmuds think you're playing favorites, which you are. We harp on you.
I don't have favorites.
Yeah, right. But I get it. Like, I definitely get, I definitely get the connection. Me and Sis, we don't have that connection.
Right, but you and
Me and
Schmuds do.
Schmuds do.
So
Me and Schmares do.
Do you think that you and Schmuds and you and Schmare, and even you and
Nobby. Right.
have the
We have
father-son relationship
Yes.
that you always wanted?
We definitely have a different connection. Not even that. Bird as well. So it's mostly the boys. Now, Clever is off doing his own thing.
Right.
Me and Clever really never connected the way that Bird and Nobby and Schmare and Schmuds has.
Right, because you were with them
Right. The whole time.
from a very young age.
Right. Clever
Where-
knew
right.
I was not his dad.
Right.
And, you know, he might have looked at that differently. And I think he did. Now that Clever is a grown-up, we talk. We connect better.
Right.
All the time. Like, I talk to him more now than I ever have.
Right.
And it's good. It's good conversation. You know, like he's into going places and he's into doing things and he'll come by and he'll stop and he'll talk. We'll talk for like 2 hours. And it's interesting. But me and him, unfortunately, don't have the connection that me and Bird, me and Nobby, me and Schmare, me and Schmuds have.
Right.
We have a more deeper connection. And I think they know. Like, they know. Look, I'm here for you guys. I am here for you guys regardless of what you got going on. No matter what, I'm here. If you need me, let me know. I got you. No matter what. But as far as like the internal side, yes. Me and Clever aren't quite there. We are civil as adults. I look at him as a child to me. I love to hear what's going on with him, even though I think need a new band name. I'm just gonna throw that out there. Like, I don't think it should be one person's name. I mean, come on. The band needs to be the band. But yes, Clever is in a band, plays amazing. His music is amazing. So I like his music. I like what he can do with a guitar. I do. I like it. He's good. And I'm the tipsy talker. I will keep it real with you. If he sucked, I would fucking tell you, homie sucks. But Clever is amazing when it comes to playing a guitar. He is. Couple members of the band, amazing. Amazing. That's all I'm going to say about that. Lead singer, oh God, not so much. But me and Bird is more of like a auto mechanic side. So I think that, you know, as Bird saw me outside working on cars, something there tweaked his interest. He's definitely into that now. Nobby's just in, you know, he's whatever. You know, like, Nobby, whatever my dad is into, man, I'm with it. You know, he's definitely out on his own now. He's doing his own thing. So he's showing me some new things. And I'm with that too. You know, he's got a garden going on. He's got some things going on. Great. I'm with it. Do your thing. You know, Schmuds. Well, we got Schmare. Schmare's next. Schmare's is working. You know, he's just getting up every day, doing his thing, going to work,
Saving all of his money.
trying to save his money. Shmir wants to live in Texas. He wants to go to Texas.
He just wants to live somewhere not in Pennsylvania.
He does. He wants to live somewhere not in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
But Texas is his destination, and I'm all for it.
Yeah.
I'm definitely all for it. Whatever makes you happy, wherever you want to go, wherever you want to go. Hey, I'm for it. I hope everything works out for you. I hope everything's great. Schmuds is finally coming back to us. He's been on deployment for 3 months. He's finally coming back. I can't be any happier. I can't wait till he comes back. That's hopefully going to change some things in my life. You know, Sis, she's getting her driver's license, hopefully. You know, and little Hoochie Mama, she's out there doing her thing. She's still waiting on a kidney. I hope that things work out for her there. You know, we have so many children with so many different things going on in their life, and I don't want to say it's hard to keep up with them, but it's so much. Like, you got 7 kids, and they all have their own set of issues, their own set of things going on. I think we do a good job.
Yeah.
I think we keep up with them pretty good. I mean, maybe not as good as we could or should. We're only human. We're not perfect. But I hope that they know, and I know that they know. I know that they know that we're here for them, no matter what. You know, whatever they got going on, whatever they want to do, whatever they want to say, whatever the case may be, doesn't matter what it is. They know we are here for them.
Yeah.
All right. So as far as family is concerned, anything else you want to share about family?
Just that I am very content with the family that I have.
I am very content as well. Could not have asked for a better situation. Could not have asked for a better partner in life. Could not have asked for a better family, better children. I've said it once before, I'll say it again. Yes, we're not the perfect family in the world, but to me, we are the perfect family in the world. You know, there's a lot of people out there, oh, my kids are great, my kids are the best, my kids are better than yours. Well, if that's what you want to think.
Well,
Of course, everybody's going to say it.
opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one.
Yeah. So, you know, I love our kids. I love our family. I love everything that they do. And if they're listening to this, keep doing what you're doing. Keep proving me wrong every step of the way. Keep striving. Keep getting better. Keep doing your thing. So you said you want to talk about traveling. So traveling, oh my God. There's so much. We're already an hour in.
Okay.
So if you want to, we can talk about, you know, like traveling. I don't have a time limit. So let's get into traveling. What makes you love to travel? Talk to me about that. Let's hear this.
Well, probably, oh my goodness, there's so much that I love about it. I get out of
Me
Pennsylvania because I do not like it here.
Nope, me neither.
I definitely would have to say that I'm a Southern girl at heart.
All right.
So, the South is definitely like my happy place, and like South. So like, you know, Tennessee, North Carolina.
Okay.
That's where I think,
Home is where the heart is.
yeah, I think that's where I'm like the happiest.
All right.
I love I love to see new things. I don't know, like the sunrises in different states across the United States,
Yeah.
depending on where you're at, are just breathtaking.
Yeah. I definitely agree with that one. I have one that I will never forget.
And I was sleeping.
No.
Oh, it wasn't that one?
No.
Oh,
The sunrise when we left New Mexico.
oh yeah,
That was absolutely beautiful.
yeah.
I'll never forget that one.
I mean, I'm not gonna knock the sunsets either, though.
Yeah, so what made you like travel? Let's hear this.
Probably not the same thing as you.
Okay.
So, like I said, when I was younger, I had a really great family, and I traveled a good bit.
All right.
When I was younger, I would spend my summers and Easter break, sometimes Christmas, in the mountains of North Carolina.
All right. Where?
In West Jefferson, North
West
Carolina,
Jefferson, North Carolina.
which is in Ashe County.
They probably had a bunch of snakes there.
We were in the mountains.
So a bunch of snakes.
Yeah.
That's a no bueno for Big Papa.
Not only
No
were
bueno
there
means no good in Spanish.
not only were there snakes,
Okay.
but it was so amazing to sit. So I would go with my grandparents, and they had this, house built, and they had this really big.
Who's your grandparents?
Well, they were my grandparents.
Okay.
They were my nanny Cass and my pappy Dick.
All right.
This house was in their family for years and years and years.
Okay.
And when they took over the house, they moved down to North Carolina full time,
Okay.
and they built this beautiful deck just
All right.
and-
That sounds nice.
to sit on the deck and watch
The snakes drive by.
the deer. No, the deer come
All
through the
right.
mountain. The bears come through the mountain.
Bears. Oh man.
There were, God, you could see everything. Mountain lions.
Oh no, Mount Horrible.
There was a lot of wildlife that you had the opportunity to see.
Okay.
Wild turkeys and the chipmunks, and it was just, I loved being there so much.
Okay.
And then my other grandparents, my nanny Bubba and my pappy Bubba,
Uh-huh.
he was a truck driver, and he would, like every 2 years, he would drive us all down to Disney.
All right.
So, but it was roughly every 2 years.
All right.
But
Disney's fun.
We didn't start going to Disney. Well, I didn't start going to Disney until I was probably 5, maybe.
All right.
Make sure that I'm potty trained and
Right.
all that good stuff. But so, I would go to Disney with them every so often, and we would always stop at south of the border, and we would, see all the sights on our way there. And so that definitely was like a big major thing for me when I was younger, that I had the opportunity to travel, and I liked it because
But you were young,
I was young.
so you really didn't get a chance to understand how beautiful it was, right?
Right.
You just knew, oh,
I'm driving
we're going away.
somewhere and I'm going to have a shit ton of fun.
Right.
when I get there.
Right. And I get that. And you're right. Like, I never had that. Mm-hmm. So my traveling experiences did not come until you. Mm-hmm. So let me give you a little bit of recap on what started off my traveling experience. I work for a company, and the company actually had this thing in place. I'm not going to give you the name because you can Google it and find out like what it is, but they had this thing in place where if you met your target, if you met your goal, if you beat sales, they would do something nice for you. They would send you somewhere. So a lot of general managers went all kinds of places. They went to Florida, they went to on cruises, and they went all over the place. So it was really nice. Well, just so happens we didn't know this. We didn't know this yet, but the last year that they did it, I actually won. I won the chance to go to Las Vegas. That was the last place that they sent us. And like when they opened our store, they opened it in a really good spot, and we hit target goals right away. We did over $1 million in our first 6 months, and we were on the list to go to Vegas. Make a long story short, we went to Vegas. Well, they paid for us to go to Vegas. So I, unlike her, I didn't have that travel experiences. Yes, I went to, like the beach. I went to, Maryland, Jersey, and we went to the beach. That was it. That was as far as I ever traveled. That was it. And, like I always told myself, like, I was born in Pennsylvania. I'm going to die in Pennsylvania. I'm not going to go nowhere. It is what it is. And I was perfectly happy with that. Yeah, but so won this trip. I came home and I said to Mrs. Tipsy, I was like, hey, so I won this trip, but we're not going to go. They're going to pay for your plane ticket to fly you to Vegas, and they're going to put you up at Caesar's Palace, and you can pick from 3 activities to do. There was the Grand Canyon, there was driving a supercar, and there was Hoover Dam. And I'm like, yeah, but we're not doing that. That's crazy. It's across the United States. And she's like, what are you talking about? Like, why not? Let's do it. And at that time, we had a brand new car, had about 20,000 miles on it. She's like, why don't we go? Why don't we drive? So, make a long story short, that's what we did. We planned all of our hotel rooms. We paid for all of our hotel rooms. We got out to Vegas. We met up with the company. They gave us our goodie bag, which consisted of a $500 gift card, and it gave us
like water bottles and a lanyard.
Yeah, we also had, what was that? We had sunglasses, Ray-Bans.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
We got the Ray-Bans.
Yeah.
And then they were like, okay, so here's what we're going to do. Like, you're going to go here, and you're going to go there, and you're going to eat with us here, and you're going to have a nightclub experience here, and you're going to do this and this and this and this. Well, we didn't do that. So me and her, we drove out. We hit a bunch of states, and the things that we saw were incredible.
And tell them about your favorite thing to see on the road.
So she thinks that my favorite thing to see is a goddamn wind turbine. Now let me tell you, we were going through
I think it was Kansas or Oklahoma.
Kansas, and there was probably 80,000 wind turbines, which sucked, by the way, because I'm like, oh my God.
That's
like
all there was.
That's all there was. Like, what the hell? So now, when she sees one, she'll be like, oh, look at that. Do you know what that is? Yeah, that's a wind turbine. Yeah, I don't want to hear about that. It's a joke, though. Like, we did see a lot. We've seen a lot of wind turbines. We've seen a lot of so much. Mm-hmm. We went through a state that had, like, all the grass was burnt. Mm-hmm. And we're like, what the hell is this? So we Googled it. Mm-hmm. Turns out it was a controlled burn. They burned the grass to kind of, like, keep the weeds down. There was the horrible, horrible wind turbines for miles and miles and miles. There was, Colorado, where you couldn't tell where the water and the earth met. Everything was so clear. It was so clear, so beautiful. It was like, is that the sky? Is that the river? Like, what is that? Mm-hmm. Then we get, Vegas. We're in Vegas. And we're in Caesar's Palace.
Which is beautiful, by the way.
Caesar's Palace is one of the better hotels. Mm-hmm. It is beautiful. The rooms are great. The casino floor was great. The mall underneath was great. And they also had what was that play they had? They had a play
It
down
was,
there.
it was like Neptune.
Neptune, something like that. Yeah.
I don't know.
There's also fishes floating around.
Yeah.
There's just so much. So we had, like when we first rolled into town, me and her looked at each other and were like, yeah, this definitely ain't for us. This isn't for us. There was people outside smoking pot. There was homeless people all over the place. There was Lambos driving up the boulevard. Like, what in the hell is going on here? Yeah, so we were like, this ain't right. But we had fun. We left there. We drove through New Mexico. And yes, I had shorts on and a tank top. I get out to get gas in New Mexico, and it was like 45 degrees and snowing. I was freezing my ass off. It sucks so bad because you go from being in Las Vegas where it's 98 degrees to being in New Mexico where it's 54 degrees and snowing. Yeah, it kind of throws you off a little bit. So that was bad. But we kind of skirted our way across. We hit the top part of Texas. We kept going down through. We hit Memphis, and she was like, "Oh, hey, so like, why don't we stop in Gatlinburg, Tennessee?" I'm like, "No, we can't. We can't stop there." And Mrs. Tipsy was like, "Well, they have like a Hollywood Cars Museum there." And I'm like, "Yeah, well, what's that?" She's like, "Well, all the cars that are in like the movies, they're in this."
They were in a museum. I think the one that got you was Knight Rider.
Yeah.
Because Knight Rider was supposed to be there.
And it wasn't.
They
Right.
had just taken it from there to another museum.
Right. So I was like, wow, that seems pretty cool. But we were supposed to be in North Carolina, South Carolina.
North Carolina.
Cherokee. And I was like, well, like if we stop in Tennessee, like we still have to make our way to North Carolina. Like that's a whole other state away. We're on a time frame. We got to get back, blah, blah, blah. However, I went along with it anyway. We stopped there and it was great. I saw like the Fast and Furious cars. I saw the Flintstonemobile. I saw the General Lee. There was a Knight Rider display, but it was like him kind of crashing through a roof, and it was like all fake. It wasn't the car or anything. But I saw like both of the Bumblebees from the Transformer. I saw the Bug, and then I saw the Camaro. Like it was just great. And at that time, you could pay, I don't know, $20, $25 or whatever, and sit in one of the cars and get your picture taken. Now you can't. Now they don't do that. So I sat in Brian O'Connor's Eclipse from the Fast and the Furious and got my picture taken in there. I got all the pictures. And then we went downstairs to the gift shop and I got the car, which Mrs. Tipsy just found for me. I thought it was lost forever. I couldn't find it nowhere. She found it for me on Father's Day, and I'm glad I have it. It was in the attic. And I'm like, okay, well, we got to go. Like, so we go to TGI Fridays. We grab something to eat for lunch real quick, and then we go. And believe it or not, where we were staying at was, 25 minutes away?
Yeah.
In Cherokee. So I'm like, what in the world is going on here? We literally got into another state in like
a
25
half hour,
minutes.
yeah.
So, yeah, we did that. And because we did that, and it was nice. For me, not only was it nice to see new things, big cities, new towns, new places. It was great. Like, just seeing all the different culture and all the different cities and all the different, I don't know, just images of, what you see like sometimes on a computer screen is now real life. Like you're looking out there and you're seeing this beautiful scenery and you're seeing it for yourself. Not to mention, I had Mrs. Tipsy with me. So, talking with her, hanging out with her, being with her, sharing that with her was one of the greatest times of my life because it was all new to both of us. She's been a couple little places. I have been a couple less places, but together we've never seen anything like that, which was like we often refer when we're talking about it, we often refer to it as a new start in life. Seeing that stuff, being together, talking, just being alone, traveling, it rejuvenated our life together. So then obviously after that, you know, all the things that we've seen, we were like, hey,
We definitely, yeah.
I bet the kids would love to see what we saw. So,
Unfortunately, COVID hit.
yeah, COVID sucked.
And we couldn't take the kids when we had planned on it. So it just so happened that we had come home, and not that long after that, the dog that we had passed away.
That was my spooky babies.
No, that was
Nico.
Nico.
That was Nico.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that was definitely an unexpected,
Yeah.
definitely an unexpected thing for
Yes.
us. And, you know, it's summertime and we've got, you know, beach trips planned and we've got things to do. And it was definitely a heartbreaking situation for
Yeah.
us. And I didn't know if we were ready to do the whole dog thing again and go
Right.
through all that heartache again. And
And I remember saying,
no
more dogs. Absolutely, we're not doing this no more.
And how long did it take for you to look on Facebook
Oh,
and
boy.
find free puppies?
Yeah.
Like a day.
All right, so in my defense, I was looking for something for you.
Me?
Well, so I bought Nika for Sis
Yeah.
for her birthday.
Yeah.
And the kids were sad.
Yeah.
Like when Nika passed away, the kids were very sad.
Yeah.
And I was like, nope, that's it. That was hard. I don't want to do that no more. No.
Yeah.
Yes. So 2 days later, I am searching Facebook for free puppies. Now, this is very odd. Think about this for a minute.
I'm thinking.
I always have my Facebook, like my area set to here, where we live at. So I typed in free puppies. All right. So the free puppies came up. All right, and it was the cutest little rascal. He was all black. He had a white nose, and he had white going up like his head. He had a white belly and white paws. And I'm like, oh man, oh, he's so handsome.
He was such a cutie.
He was. And I was like, oh man, I gotta have him. So, keep in mind, I'm looking at local within 50-mile radiuses of our home. And I'm like, I gotta have him. So I email the lady that has these free puppies. And I'm like, oh my God, do you still have the puppies? I would love to have one of them. The black and white one that I saw in your video, I want him. Is he still available? She's like, yep, he's still available. So I show the video that she had posted to Mrs. Tipsy. I call her the old lady, by the way. So I refer to her either as old lady or Mrs. Tipsy. And I was like, hey, look at this. Look at this pup. And she's like, oh my God, I want the brown and white one. So there was a couple of them in the video running around. However, the black and white one and the brown and white one came up to the camera. They came up to the camera that was being videoed, and they were playing. So, I reached back out to the person. I'm like, hey, like, I want the black and white one and the brown and white one. Are they available? And she started to hesitate getting back to me. So I reached out to Mrs. Tipsy and I was like, Mrs. Tipsy, look, you have to fucking text this person because she stopped responding to me. Tell her we want the damn dogs. We want them right now. Are they available? So Mrs. Tipsy sends her an email. Hey, my husband sent you an email. We want the dogs. Like, are they still available? She's like, they are still available. However, you do realize that I'm in Mobile, Alabama, correct? Which, how in the hell could that have happened? Me neither. No idea. And I was like, all right, yeah, fuck it, I don't care. So remember, me and Mrs. Tipsy just came back from Vegas. So I thought, didn't matter. Fuck it, let's go. Called work, got covered for work. She was already off because she drives school bus. She was off in the summer. I said to two of the kids that didn't have school, I'm like, hey, let's go, pack a bag, we're going to Alabama. And they were like, okay. And we went to Alabama and we picked up Bo and Duke. Duke was the black and white one. Bo was the brown and white one. Man, that was a long drive. So that was a drive.
Day one wasn't bad. It was day two that was the kicker.
Honestly, I don't remember how bad it was. I remember driving down, seeing that beautiful bridge.
Yeah. Do you remember how hot it was?
I remember how hot. It was so hot, the air conditioner stopped working on a brand new car. And I was like, damn, I don't know. Maybe we need like
It was hot.
a cabin air filter or something. We stopped by an Advance Auto Parts. And I was like, hey, do you have a new air filter? They're like, no, we got to order it because the car was new. And we're like, oh, never mind. But it was just so hot that the air conditioner couldn't keep up with us. But we got the dogs.
Yep.
We met Mrs. Courtney in Sugar Land, Alabama, with her husband Andy, and they gave us our boys.
Thought we were absolutely insane.
Thought we were stalkers. She did not admit that to us until like 4 years later.
Yeah.
She thought we were
some
actually
kind of
like
weird
stalkers.
murderers or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but because we did the Vegas trip, the Alabama trip didn't seem so bad. So then me and Mrs. Tipsy thought,
Well, we picked up Bo and Duke, and we decided that we were going to go to Gatlinburg. And it's funny because when we did the Vegas trip and we went to Gatlinburg, we came in a specific road and it dropped us right into the middle of Gatlinburg.
that's right.
But when we picked up Bo and Duke and we went to Gatlinburg, it dropped us into Pigeon Forge.
Yes.
Which, holy Hannah.
Yeah.
Like,
What in the shit?
where the hell was all that at?
Right. So we come back in through Pigeon Forge and we have two of the kids with us. We have Schmears and Sis. And Pigeon Forge is like a tourist destination. They have wax museums, Titanic museums. They have, oh my God, so much stuff. It's like, oh boy. Shit.
Yeah.
But
You just heard the dollar signs cha-chinging.
yeah, like
Yeah.
we're like loving this shit too. You know, like we're like, what in the hell? Like, wow, look at that, look at this, look at that, wow, look at that. So, me and Mrs. Tipsy decided that for Easter
Yeah.
we were going to take the remainder of the kids that were in the house down to Pigeon Forge for a week.
Yeah.
We were going to do whatever we could do, everything that we could do.
Right.
We were going to show them Gatlinburg. We're going to show them Pigeon Forge. We're going to do all the things that we could do.
Yeah.
So that's what we did. So traveling is definitely one of the things I love to do. What about you? Mm-hmm. Since then, we've been to...
Oh my gosh.
How many states?
I think we only have 10 states left to visit.
Right. So we did... and we could talk about this later, because it's getting late, so I'm going to wrap this up here soon. But to make a long story short, we decided to take the kids on a cross-country adventure, which we'll save that for later. I'm sure you guys would love to hear about that. Remind me to talk about the
Mount Pillier,
Vermont, where the Mrs. Tipsy decided to book us a hotel room that was no longer a hotel room. It was... What was it?
It was a freaking homeless shelter.
It was a homeless shelter. That's right. Oh, well.
Throw me under the bus, why don't you, Mr. Tipsy?
We'll talk about that later. We'll talk about that later.
Talk about later, along with the ladies of the night.
Well, no, we're not going to talk about that. So, we can talk about our cross-country trip on another episode. But it was... We like to travel so much that we wanted our kids to get or see what we saw or feel how we felt while me and Mrs. Tipsy was out. So, yeah, it's definitely been something to be proud of. Something to look back on, memories that are irreplaceable.
Something to look forward to.
Something to look forward to, especially for those kids. Because those kids had a chance to experience out there, traveling, doing their thing. There's a lot of places that we could talk about, but I'll save that for later. But some of them want to leave and some of them want to go out and they want to experience that again, which is great. So I know it's getting late. Mrs. Tipsy.
Mr. Tipsy.
Do you have anything else to add before we wrap it up? It's been a good podcast. I mean, I think that, talking with you about family and travel has been pretty good. It takes me back. It reminds me of how great life can be. Is there anything else that you want to add? No. All right. So I guess with that being said, I will probably end the podcast now. I think that I will share with you guys, whether it be by myself or with Mrs. Tipsy. I'll share our cross-country adventure with you at some point. Hopefully you find that interesting. I like it. I know the kids loved it. So we can share that with you as well. All right. So I guess that's it for the night. I would like to leave you with this. Remember, the best stories are shared with good people. So thanks for listening to the Tipsy Talker. Until next time, have a wonderful night.